everybody, and in today's video I'm going to be giving some tips and advice on how you can get trophy weapons in Murder Mystery by achieving leaderboards during Christmas and Halloween. With that being said, let's get right into the tips and advice. So first things first, you're going to want to know how to use small servers to your advantage. If you go to the server selection, you'll be able to see this other servers, number of players, descending, exclude full servers. You're going to want to hit ascending on this and it'll bring you down to the smallest lobbies. I would typically avoid 1 to 2 player lobbies as they're usually private lobbies or people that don't want you there. I would recommend joining 3 player lobbies, 4 player lobbies, ask to farm with them. Sometimes people leave and you can farm by yourself if you're lucky and you have ults with you. That brings me to my next point. You're going to want to have ults if you can. They're not guaranteed needed and you can do it in a big public lobby, but this will greatly increase your chances if you can, say, get 1 to 2 ults minimum. Maybe you have a couple, like a phone or a tablet, just something that you can, have an ult on to play with. Next thing, you're going to want to stay determined. It is a very big grind. It is rough, but if you stay determined and keep trying, you can do it. It's not a race, it's a marathon. Next thing, you're going to want to decide what kind of trophy it is you're going for. Are you going for a gift trophy or a grind trophy? There's only 1 gift trophy a year, but there's 2 grind trophies a year at Halloween and Christmas. The grind trophies are going to be a bit harder. Gift trophies are just pay to win. You're going to need about 80,000 Robux, I'd say, to be safe. And I'd wait until closer to the end of the event just so you don't waste your Robux for nothing. For grind trophies, there's a couple ways to do it. For Halloween, I did mostly solo, and solo is going to be faster, but it's going to be harder mentally. It's going to be a lot more boring, unfun. You're going to want to have like music playing in the background, maybe something to keep you occupied, work out a little bit, stay active. Don't make yourself sick, because at the end of the day, this is just a game. Your health matters more than a few pixels. But for grinding solo, what I did is I would join a server, get a couple ults in, ask people to leave, and sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. But I was able to sleep, not have to have a cover, because I was doing solo. But with Christmas grinding, I did it with a couple friends, and I honestly preferred doing it that way, but it was a little bit slower, if I'm honest. But I think the payoff's worth it if you have a cover. And that brings me to my next topic. Covers are going to be your best friend. If you have a sister, a brother, any kind of like family member that can help you while you sleep, maybe you can get a few hours of sleep, would be great for you because you need sleep. Don't push yourself past your limit. If you want a trophy, go for it. I'd say anyone can get one as long as you try hard enough and really want it. But you want to make sure that you're putting yourself first. They are just pixels. Now you might be asking, like, how much time are you gonna need to get a trophy weapon? Solo, I was spending about 10 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day, and I finished with 90,000 extra. I had plenty of time. I didn't have to push so hard. So solo, you would be a lot better off. You don't need as much time. You can relax. With friends, I was doing about 12 hours a day, and I had my sister cover for me while I slept. So it was a bit trickier, but it was a lot more enjoyable for me personally. Next thing, you're going to want to keep yourself occupied. You don't want to be sitting there, nothing to do. You're going to want to have music, maybe a show on, maybe anything that keeps you occupied. You're going to want to take breaks. Probably the best part of advice I can give is don't overstress. You want to envision yourself getting it. For Blue Alderwood example, I didn't think like, what if I don't get it? I had in my head I would get it. It would be my trophy. I will get it. You want to envision yourself so you stay positive. If you stress yourself out, you'll not want to do it. You won't enjoy it, because the point of a game is to have fun. So you want to make sure that you're enjoying it above all else. I would also recommend not watching the leaderboard too much. You don't have to finish on the leaderboard to get it. You can be a little bit behind, and then after the leaderboard wipes, you might get on. But don't stress yourself out because you're not on it. Your mental health is way more important than a couple pixels in a game. You also are going to want to prepare a little bit in advance, I'd say. For gift leaderboards, you could save up, get a bunch of Robux ready. But for like grind leaderboards, I personally prepared a few months in advance, made sure I had the time to do it, because you don't want to put this before stuff. You want to make sure that you still have your life, your social life. It's just 2 weeks. Maybe you can take a break from that stuff, come back to it after. You have a bunch of free time, it should be pretty easy for you, but if you have school and all that, it might be a bit trickier, and you might have to wait until maybe a year that you don't, or maybe a Christmas break for the Christmas event. But please don't put school after a game. If you have any questions you want to ask about the video, or like stuff that wasn't made clear enough, feel free to ask them down in the comments below. I'll happily reply to all of them. But with that being said, that's going to be the end of today's video. Sorry it's a bit rushed. I tried to get this out last night, had some problems. I'll try and post more actively, 3 to 4 videos a week. But my main tips are going to be stay focused, don't stress yourself out, make sure you have time for this, get a cover if you can, and just have fun. That's what games are for. Until next time.